Fake businesses fail. Fake professionals fail. Fake speakers fail. Fake marketers fail. Fake doctors, dentists, lawyers, butchers, bakers, candlestick makers fail. If you're fake, get ready. Why? Authenticity. Today, authenticity is the secret to business, in life, in relationships, in your professional world. We're going to talk about it. Welcome, my name is James MacNeil. I am the author of Pure Spiritual Intelligence. I'm also the founder of the Dream Life community, and I help people who want to be $1 million a year author, speaker, coach, consultant, and trainer. I own a publishing company, and I help people succeed as small business owners and building to substantial empires. And so I've been able to help individuals and organizations, worked with the world's most powerful banks, and helped international law enforcement agencies on de-escalation issues. I've been around. Les Brown, my guru dad, says, James, you and I know a few things because we've seen a few things. I've seen a few things, and I'm here to share with you why authenticity is the secret to success today and for the foreseeable future. So let's dig in. Listen, if you're watching this, if you wouldn't mind, give us a like, a love, a comment, a share. Comments are my favorite, by the way. Tell me to go, whatever. Tell me that you think I'm wonderful, or I should grow hair, or tell me you disagree. All of that is good. I love the comments more than anything, because then we're building something, right? And you can tell me what you want me to talk about. If there's anything you want to challenge me on, then I'm happy to. All right, so let's get going. Again, fake businesses fail. Authenticity is the secret to success. Let's begin. What is real today? What is real? What's real? Is our food real? Where? Is our food real? How about our news? Is news real? Is our videos real? Am I real? Am I one of those AI things? Am I a deep fake? Am I actually a 12-year-old girl pretending to be James MacNeil? What do you know? I could be AI faking you out. How do we know what's real anymore? And we are in an environment right now where we have information overload, stimulation overload, a culture of distrust, fake news, fake politics. We got fake artificial intelligence. We don't know who to trust. In the world that is this complex, moving at this speed, we need to find some people to trust. And what we look for is the blemishes, the imperfections. We're looking for some reality. I want to be soul to soul. I want to be able to believe you. If you're into marketing in any way, listen, your big fat claims might be fine, right? I can make you $1 million in 10 seconds and you don't have to work. Great. The question is, does anyone believe you? It's not you need a bigger claim. It doesn't mean you need to talk faster, and I talk fast, sorry. But it doesn't mean you have to be shinier. You have to be believable. People, I remember this story when I was a little kid. One kid in the sandbox says to another kid, you have a chocolate bar. Give me your chocolate bar and I'll give you $1 million. The kid says, no. He says, I'll give you $100,000. No. I'll give you $1. Kid says, okay. Why did the dollar work? Because he had a dollar. It's not about the size of your claim. It's the believability, not just of the claim, but who you are. Are you the real deal? People want to deal with the real deal because there's so much that isn't real today. We desperately want real connection. And I'll tell you this about humanity. As long as it's ego to ego, fake to fake, packaging to packaging, shell to shell, it's transactional, right? It's the I-thou of Martin Buber. Are we having truly transformational relationships, transformational connections? I might say something here that if I say from my soul that touches your soul, it could change your life. Now that's valuable. But while I'm being authentic, I might screw up, I might offend somebody. The danger of authenticity is worth the risk. And so how can you have an authentic business? How can you build your authentic enterprise? And how can your people represent you with authentic relationships? I'm telling you, the secret is humanity, real life. Talk to people, TTP. If you talk to real people, have a real conversation, you have the beginnings of a great corporation. So here's a couple things I want to share with you. We do have, if you didn't get the note, information overload, stimulation overload, a culture of distrust with fake politics and fake news and fake AI. These are all just facts. The question is, where is some authenticity that we can trust? Next, I'm going to give you the law of compensation. Bob Proctor told me this many years ago. He says, James, the secret to wealth There's more than one, but he says, here's the law of compensation. You will be paid in direct relationship to, number one, the demand for what you do, right? If people don't buy what you're selling, that might be tough. Number two, your ability to do it. If you suck, right? You got to be good at what you do. And then number three, he said, the difficulty in replacing you. And this is where authenticity, your personhood, comes in. See, if you do not infuse your personhood into your product, your service, your work, it doesn't matter if you're a doctor, dentist, lawyer, butcher, baker, candlestick maker, law enforcement officer, politician, or news and weather person. If you're real, you're really good, right? If you're real, if you're authentic, people are looking for a soul connection, not just information. By the way, if people wanted information, it's called Google. They don't need to talk to you. They don't need to listen to me. They want to hear a soul touch a soul. They want to feel something. They want to feel a connection. And so it's about your personhood. If you'll infuse your personhood into your work, into your messages, into your product and services, that makes it different. That makes it unique. That makes it authentic. And this is how you can stand out, because other people are repackaging other people's ideas. There's a lot of that going on, right? Shiny, shiny this, shiny, shiny this. Use the scripts that work. Use the scripts that work. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I want to be the person who created the script that works, not the person who copycats someone 14 generations later. I want to be the person who came up with something that was authentic, that was real, raw, and in the moment. I want that mastery personally, and I'd like to work with people who are authentic. So authenticity is essential, right? What is the truth here? So you'll want to infuse your personhood in your products and services, and then how to pass that on. Okay, how to pass that on. How to pass that on into your team and into your culture and into your products and services. When it comes to authenticity, it has to come from the heart. You actually have to care. And I know that sounds crazy. What do you mean, care? Yeah. About what? Everything. Care about your product. Believe in your product. Believe that it matters. If you don't believe in your product, then do something else, right? Like, there's lots of stuff you can be doing. Please do something you believe in. Do something you love. Do something you care about. Do something you believe is going to make the world a better place. And then do it from the heart. And everyone's going to gather around, because finally we found a real person who really cares about a real product or service that can really touch my life. Please do something you believe in. So number one, do something you believe in. Number two, believe in it. And number three, believe in yourself and believe in your customers. Like get in there and find your way. Very important. So then here's the thing about passing it on to your team. If you do not pass on the ethos of authentic, genuine love for the customer, authentic, genuine love for the product, authentic, genuine, like, it's not just we want to hit the numbers. We want to change the world in our own little way. And by the way, it doesn't mean you have to be an altruistic company. You know, I was learning from it was Jim Collins' Good to Great, and he was talking about, I think it was R.J. Reynolds, a tobacco company, right? So they don't sell the, how to save the world product, right? It's smoke and die, right? And so they're selling a product that kills everybody, but they did it with heart, right? And you say, well, that's not very holistic. But they weren't selling cigarettes. They were selling, stick it to the man. Don't let anyone tell you what you're allowed to do. Cigarettes were a sign of freedom, a sign of, no, you can't tell me what to do. And so they were selling freedom, not cigarettes. And that's how they were able to get their hearts into it and authentically sell something that was killing people. If you're in the tobacco industry, don't sue me. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just trying to make a point. But when it comes to the product or the service, the profession, the industry, the work that you do, it's not as much what it is, it's what it really means to you and to them. Then if you create a culture that believes that, you're going to win. I'll tell you a story about someone called Jan Carlson. If you haven't studied it, you might want to. Jan Carlson became the CEO of Scandinavian Airlines. You say, wow, he made CEO. Yay! He made CEO 10 seconds before they were going to go bankrupt. The company was doomed, like a plane going like this. When it's 10 feet off the ground, they made him the pilot. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, good luck to you. But the guy took the job. Crazy, right? But they said, we've got it. He said, there's a million things we've got to do. I want to know about the always and nevers. So follow this. They said, what do you mean? He said, our most profitable customers are not price shoppers. They always fly Scandinavian. If our prices are a little high or a little low, you can't always win on commoditization. You have to have some buffer. You have to have some profit. So he said, I want to know who always flies with us. And I want to know who never flies with us, who used to. So I want to know about the alls and the nevers. The middle of the pack, they're price competing, right? If we're cheaper today by 10 cents to go with us, they're not loyal. Maybe we're not loyal, but I want to learn about the always and the nevers. So they found out something called moments of truth. I'll say it as quickly as I can. What they found was when they interviewed people who said, I'll always fly with Scandinavian Airlines, and when they interviewed people that said, I will never fly with Scandinavian Airlines, the stories were almost identical. And this is very important for you and I. If you want to master authenticity in business, it's got to be legit. It's got to be real. They want to catch you in the act of being authentic. So here's what the stories were. In moments of truth, which means when a customer is vulnerable, like one of the stories that came out was a couple who, whenever they flew on airlines, they hated it when other people brought their kids, and the kids were screaming, and they're like, "Oh, parents should be banned from airlines that you can't be able to." By the way, there's an airline coming out with no kids allowed on airplanes. They get charged twice as much to a lot of people. But this couple, they were both like incensed by families who brought kids on the plane who would scream the whole time. So then they said, we never want to be those people. And then they became those people. So now they're parents with kids and they got to fly for whatever, a family funeral or something. Now they're like, oh no, kids, please don't embarrass us. Just be good, be happy today. Like, we'll give you ice cream. We'll give into everything. Just today, don't be those kids and make us those parents, please. So both the always and the never would tell a story like this when the people were vulnerable. They were like, "Ew." And so the story would be told of them getting on the plane, and they gave little Jimmy and little Sally their little ice cream cones. And as they're getting on the plane, maybe the stroller hit the lip and the ice cream fell and the child screamed. So both stories would be told of this moment happened. And both stories were, and then we looked at your flight attendant, right? The flight attendant, person who's there, staff. And they said, immediately they jumped into action and they took care of us and they loved on our kids and they took, and then when they're on the plane, the kids were screaming for a little while. They said, hey, everyone, let's celebrate this beautiful family. They went on the PA, say, here's the thing. They're going to this family thing. It's very special. The poor little girl dropped her ice cream. Can we all give some love to them? Everyone would love on the family. And those people would say, I will fly with you no matter what. You covered my butt when I was vulnerable. People will never forget how you made them feel when they were vulnerable. And so they said, that moment, that sold us. Now we know. Now we know the truth about you, Scandinavian Airlines. You really care. Now, exact same story for the other couple, right? Never will I ever fly with your airlines. Exact same story, same ice cream, different flavors, exact same kind of story. And they said, they looked at the flight attendant and the flight attendant rolled their eyes and then did everything right. But they saw them roll their eyes. They caught them in that moment of truth, rolling their eyes. And then they did everything right. They helped the family and so on. But they never forgot the look in that person's face. And they said, now I know the truth about your entire corporation, from the baggage handler to the CEO. Everyone in your entire company is fake, because that person, that man or woman, rolled their eyes in a millisecond. And that's the truth about you. So I will never fly with you. And then what the CEO, Jan Carlson, said, he said, there's moments in the life of a customer where they feel most vulnerable. And in those moments, we want to master. So master the moments that matter most. And that became the secret to Scandinavian Airlines, turning it around, being wildly successful. It was the moments of truth. And you can't teach someone to fake their eye roll. You actually have to care. The secret to business, then and now, more than ever, is authenticity. Can people really feel you care? Are you infusing your personhood into your product? Do you really love what you do? Do you love your customer? Do you love it? And can you be real? This is the secret to business. We want to work with real people who deliver. People are looking for competence, character, and a connection. And the connection is soul to soul, which means it's not ego to ego. It's authenticity. I encourage you, my dear friend, be real, be you. Love on your customers, love on the people you work with to the best of your ability, and love what you do, and let your personhood salt and season and spice and sugarcoat everything else you do. Have it come from the heart. You will stand out and you'll win. Love, joy, peace.